When workers are exposed to potentially harmful airborne contaminants, OHS regulations requires that these exposed workers be protected by wearing a respirator. There are many different types of respirators available, including N95s, half masks, full face masks, and SCBA. The type of respirator worn should be determined based on the contaminant, duration of exposure, individual health and comfort needs, and other factors. Part 18 of the Alberta OHS Code requires employers performing work for which respiratory protection is required to develop and implement a respiratory code of practice that governs the selection, maintenance, and use of respiratory protection. Additionally, employers are required to ensure that workers using respiratory protection are correctly fit tested in accordance with CSA standard Z94.4-02. The CSA standard requires that fit testing be performed on a periodic basis. This includes prior to initial use, at least every 2 years, or whenever there is a change in the respirator being used, or a change in the worker's physical condition that could affect the respirator fit. Respirator fit testing can either be performed using a qualitative or quantitative method. For qualitative fit testing, the respirator is donned and then a hood is placed over the user's head. The user is then asked to identify the smell or taste of an irritant like smoke or Bitrex. This method is subjective, and with the result being based on the worker's ability to taste or smell. Conversely, quantitative fit testing is objective, with results being measured by a fit testing instrument. While both qualitative and quantitative fit tests have their place, Shift OHS recommends completing quantitative fit testing where possible to ensure an objective, measured result. In addition to the fit test, a respirator user should also be assessed for any medical or mental health conditions that would preclude them from safely wearing a respirator. After all, if a worker's respirator is properly sealed, but every time he puts it on, he has a panic attack, how useful is it? All respirator fit testing is performed by appropriately trained fit test technicians. When completing quantitative fit testing through Shift OHS, here's what you can expect. All workers attending for respirator fit tests will check in with reception. She will confirm the worker's name and company name and provide forms to be filled out for the appointment. These forms will include a consent form and a fitness to wear respirator evaluation form. The following information is required on the fit to wear form. Personal identification information such as the worker's address, birth date, occupation, and ID number. Workers are required to bring government-issued photo ID to their appointment. Previous occupational information regarding respiratory protection worn in previous jobs. Health history information. This includes information about medical conditions that could affect the worker's ability to safely wear a respirator, such as claustrophobia, lung disease, high blood pressure, cardiac or heart problems, vision, hearing issues, and the uses of dentures or a pacemaker. The technician will review all provided information with the worker, documenting details regarding any noted medical conditions or concerns. If there are concerns about the worker's ability to safely wear a respirator, the worker will be provided with a medical clearance form to be completed by their doctor prior to completion of the fit test. The technician will then instruct the worker on how to properly don the required respirator. To achieve a proper seal for the maximum efficiency of the respirator, workers must be clean shaven. The worker's information will be put into the fit testing software program and the test will commence. The worker will be instructed to complete several exercises, which will ensure the seal of the respirator is maintained while their face and body moves. These exercises include speaking, nodding the head, shaking the head, and bending over. While each exercise is being performed, the fit testing instrument measures a particle count outside of the respirator versus a particle count inside the respirator. This determines whether the particles are crossing into the respirator through a bad seal. The instrument then identifies the overall fit factor of the respirator. Each respirator has a fit factor that is required to be considered a pass. If the required overall fit factor cannot be achieved, a different size, model, or brand of respirator may be required. If a pass is achieved, the worker will be provided with a respirator fit test card that contains information about the respirator brand, model, and size. The results of both the fitness to wear respirator evaluation and the actual fit test will then be reported to the employer. To further assist our companies with OHS compliance and health surveillance, Shift OHS will provide employers with retest schedules at no charge. For further information about respirator fit testing or to add this to your current testing program, please call Shift OHS at 403-343-6869 or visit our website at www.shiftohs.com.